I'm checking on him right now.
He's trying to get on right now.
Okay.
I believe we're on YouTube right now. So just want to let everyone know that we have not called the meeting to order yet. We're waiting for a quorum. Judge, before we get the meeting started, consent agenda item number 2, if we could pull that off for a separate action, that would be good, because I just need a very short explanation on that.
Okay.
There's Kevin.
Hello.
Hello, Kevin.
It's like Kevin and Pat are on the same time, I guess. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Sorry for that delay.
No problem. That's what
Okay.
technology gives us.
Yes.
That makes it an agenda, right, or a quorum, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I call the meeting to order. First item is roll call, and everybody but Kelly's here, right?
Yep.
And she won't be able to join us. Her phone died and she's on the road.
Okay.
So update on the grant opportunities through Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration for Workforce Solution, for Workforce Development and Entrepreneur Center. Kim, that you or is that John?
We're going to have John Jackson is here. He's chair of the exploratory committee, and he has the update for us.
All right.
Okay, we had a committee of about 12 or 13 people that formulated officially, and our first meeting was on June 11th. Since then, there's been smaller groups of that group working on different tasks, about 6 different tasks going on simultaneously. One of which is site assessment. And obviously we're reviewing possible airport sites, but also existing buildings here in the county. We're also, as it relates to the airport, not only looking at economic development site, but also studying Hurricane Dome as part of our process as well. We've also previously visited Weslaco, McAllen, and the Del Mar West campus as part of that research that we've been doing. Most of the time so far has been working on determining program needs for training and instructions in all aspects of the team concept. Del Mar has stepped up providing substantial help in that area and basically communicate with Del Mar officials multiple times daily over the last couple of weeks. As some of the people who attended the last county meeting are aware, that they have also issued a letter of intent and support for us as well. And now are even verbalizing interest in possibly helping us operate the whole facility. Last week, one of the things we did, about, I don't know, 3 or 4 of us got on the call with George Ayala, who runs the EDA out of the regional area in Austin, Texas, and spent almost an hour on the phone with him. And the major takeaways that we got out of that call were due to the 5-state regional area that he's representing, that there's going to be a lot of competition for funding as well. And that he's going to try to help as many applicants as possible that qualify. So what came out of that is the average size of the grants being awarded or being considered are in the $3 million range. So our hope of maybe getting a $5 million plus grant is probably would be in the upper range, and he pretty much said so, especially if we're seeking a 100% grant. So we've kind of reset our sights a little bit lower to try to come up with a plan that has a scaled down version of what we originally intended, but that's pretty much where it stands right now, and it doesn't surprise me. We also talked about the county being the primary applicant. And when we told him that, he said, well, here's what you need to do. If you can answer 3 questions: who's going to own the facility, who's going to operate it, and who's going to maintain it. And if that happens to be one entity, there's your applicant. But if it's multiple entities, then you could have multiple applicants. So it sounded like they were advising us that if in fact the Del Mar was the operator, that they should be a co-applicant on this particular application. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that because we did some research on that after that. So obviously it would be a county-owned facility. Del Mar would be operator, subject to negotiating that part out. And of course, EDC would also be very much involved, either as a co-applicant or as some kind of a responsibility or oversight function. Let me talk to you a little bit about the Del Mar relationship. This has kind of evolved over the last month. There's been a small group of, including Kim Fouts and myself, as well as our Vice Chairman, Mark Wagner, and also the Del Mar attorney at Del Mar College. We've thoroughly researched and confirmed the following as relates to Del Mar. The Del Mar relationship would be nothing more than an extension of what already exists and is in place at ACISD. We also determined that there's absolutely no risk of this resulting in our county being involved in their taxing district. We are only in their service area, not their taxing area. The only way we could become a part of the taxing district is if we asked to be a part of it and the voters of Aransas County approved it. So honestly, I don't see anything but upside in affiliating and partnering with Del Mar College, especially since they've stepped up and helped us so much. They also have statewide recognition in workforce development training programs, and in my opinion, one of the best community colleges in the state of Texas. That's kind of where we are right now. We're having another meeting this afternoon. There's actually a couple more meetings this week, and we're going to try to get our application in, get it approved by the county, and get it in before the end of the month. That's pretty much where we stand right now.
Okay, any other discussion?
Judge, I wanted, for the benefit of this group, there are 2 applications that are being submitted this round, and it is for the same funding pot. And so what we kind of want to do is just kind of keep things on an equal level for both the projects. So we're going to need to, it's my understanding this morning, the Navigation District submitted a request and the county approved a resolution in support of their application. So, and it's also my understanding that that's happening, with other entities as well. So what we're going to have to do is, ask for the same reciprocity from all the parties. So that way we'll be putting in, equal applications as far as support of the community. Hopefully we can get, 2 projects funded, but, the projects will just stand for themselves, but we do need that. So we'll, I know that with the cities, they've still got time on their agenda to put that on their agenda. I guess the district would have to put in, hold a special meeting for that. But we need to get it all lined out. That's kind of what we agreed to as a community early on when we all talked about getting letters of support, both from the LGC and the EDC. And so this is just further extension of that.
Well, that was mentioned, and Commissioner DeCal indicated that the Navigation District would participate. Isn't that right, Malcolm?
Yes, that's correct. And it just so happens I'm calling a special meeting on another issue of this Friday. So that will give me the opportunity to present the letter of support, which I will do.
Perfect. Well, Malcolm, we can probably, it'll probably be in the same format, resolution. Y'all's resolution's probably pretty standard. I haven't had a chance to take a look at it yet, but that's probably, I'll just present the same thing. So it doesn't require any additional, legal review by any party.
Kim, I don't know if it's me or you, but I'm losing signal. Okay. Kim, you there again? Okay. If you have a form you would like for us to use, please get it to me and we'll use it. I'm going to leave it up to you. Or we can use a standard form, but if you want us to craft something, or if you've got something crafted, just let me know.
Okay, we will get on that right away, and thank you. Does anyone, Judge, I don't know if anyone has any questions outside of what already John Jackson has done. We're going to be doing an update with the county just to keep them apprised on the 13th. And then it'll go for official action later this month.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, we'll go to the consent agenda. Discuss, approve, and possible action on the minutes of the June 15th, 2020 meeting. Everybody read it?
Yes, sir.
Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second? I'll second it there.
Second, okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Discussion and possible action on approving a banking resolution and designating accounts signatories. Kim?
Yes, sir. So at your last meeting, you did authorize the banking to be done at American Bank. I've been coordinating with them, although we do have everything we need in order to get account. They did say that they preferred to have a resolution on file. So I've prepared a basic resolution, and all it has is your language from your bylaws that authorizes it and what authority there is. The pecking order for being on the account and for signatories, by the way that the bylaws read, it's the treasurer, which is Mayor Rios, and the chairman, which is Judge Mills. Those are the two individuals that are on for signatory if we follow the bylaws. You can choose by resolution to authorize others. So either way you'd like to proceed on that, everything after this meeting, the resolution and all the paperwork will be filed with the bank, and whoever was designated as a signatory will just have to go through the drive-through and do the signatures for that to finish up the transaction and setting up the account.
Kim, if we, should we have 3 people? Are we going to require 2 signatures on the checks?
The signatures, I believe, if it hits a certain dollar amount, then it requires 2 signatures, but I don't believe that it does otherwise. In all reality, you're going to have maybe 1 or 2 transactions a year. There'll be a deposit that happens from the entity. So, there'll be 4 deposits, and then you'll have 1 payment that you made where you're paying for and contracting for services. You may also receive grants or donations, which we are anticipating a donation that you'll receive from the Chamber Foundation. But other than that, the way we're operating right now and the workload that's set up, you're going to have very limited transactions. But you can authorize, there's no limitation. You can add signatories as you desire.
I was just thinking about vacations or, illness or anything like that. If we're going to require minimum 2 signatures.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe a third at least, because Mayor Rios and we haven't ridden together lately or any time in the past, but if we do and got hit by a Mack truck, might be a problem.
Right.
So,
But if we want to add a third, who do we add?
I would enter a motion to place Malcolm in that line of fire.
Well, thanks a lot there, Pat. My wife don't even let me sign checks, but I'll do it. I'll do what's necessary.
I'll second it. And I guess that means you're it. You don't get to vote for yourself.
So,
All right.
Can I
So,
ask a question?
We will
Does
need a
that mean-
separate motion for approving a resolution that incorporates that.
So moved.
and second. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye. So move. No oppositions. All right. Regular agenda. Presentation, discussion, and possible action on a letter of support for the Economic Development Administration grant application for a team center, workforce development incubator, and entrepreneurship project to be submitted by Aransas County and Aransas County Partnership EDC. And I guess we need to put Delmore College in there too. Huh?
Yes, just to be sure. And this, by the way, is the same letter as that we provided the navigation district at our last meeting.
All right, any discussion? Got any action?
Move to approve.
Second.
Made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Presentation, discussion, and possible action on request for proposal for professional services for the purpose of promoting economic development of the Aransas County area in order to execute the goals, activities, and terms of the LGC Consulting Services Agreement with sponsoring entities. All right. How about some discussion on that?
If I may, Judge, just a little bit of background here. We have received all of the resolutions that were necessary. So you are contracted with, and you'll be receiving, I believe that all the signatures have been made with all the entities. So the LGC is contracted with each of the sponsoring entities. Now, because you don't have staff, you need a partner entity to contract with to deliver the services. And so that's what this is designed to accomplish. Now, you have a choice. You can go in and just enter into a contract with an entity, or you can choose to do a request for proposals. And we want to keep both of those options live for y'all. I worked with the attorney that's handling all of the economic development matters to come up with or approve a request for proposals, which I sent out to y'all. It's pretty basic. It incorporates and respects all of the different contracts that are out there right now. It reflects in the last contract that was made with the city and the LGC, there were a couple amendments that were made to that contract, and we incorporated those two requests in with the scope of services as well, so that it's fully up to date. There's a scoring system in here that is very similar to what we use for all of our grants that we have been working on. And also as part of it, usually if you can, when you're doing an RFP, you incorporate a draft agreement that you would be signing with the party that you enter into with, and so that they can see kind of what the terms and conditions are that they're proposing on. So at this point, you can, like I said, choose to just enter into services with an entity, or we can go ahead and issue the request for proposals. I would publish it in the newspaper and distribute it as requested. So that's kind of what's up for discussion today. Is we do need to get moving. You'll be receiving all of the, once this bank account is open, you'll be receiving all of the partnering entity contributions, and then the funding of this contract would then be available. But we need to go ahead and get the work going and getting somebody under contract.
And your suggestion?
There was some community feedback that they'd like to see a request for proposal, and that's what I went ahead and prepared for that. So it's a good way so that you don't have any questions. And if you did do that, then y'all are a small group, so you would evaluate all of the proposals as a, you would do the review independently, but everybody on the board would review the proposals and turn in their scores, and then the award would be made that way. That's probably the easiest and most acceptable to all interested parties.
All right. I entertain a motion that we go out for RFP. I have a motion.
So moved.
Motion made by Mayor Rios, second. I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Reports and announcements.
Well, let me ask a question. Am I the only one that has, I keep getting frozen? Is it just
Yeah.
me, my connection, or is this something other people are experiencing?
Just you, I guess.
I should have known. Okay, well, if I don't answer sometime, it's because I'm waiting on it to come back on.
Okay.
Any other reports from any directors, any of the directors? Or
Nope.
anybody?
No.
I don't either. So have a motion to adjourn
So moved.
So move.
and seconded, unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.